Mother was euthanized at Swiss self-deletion clinic to punish estranged lawyer husband for getting custody of their children after torturing her daughter for being adopted.
What? Get the hell out of here.
It sounds to me like self-deletion was almost a blessing.
Oh, no. Hang on.
For the lawyer husband.
Well, first of all, if you're going to self-delete and you pin it on somebody else, that is like some of the most reprehensible, selfish bullshit there is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Because there's going to be this lingering guilt bomb for the father.
Yep.
As the child grows, she's going to hear about it, and then there's going to be some really difficult conversations. Feelings are going to get hurt. It's just terrible.
It is.
Well, good for him for getting the kid.
Yeah.
You know, just the fact that she would do that speaks volumes to her mental health and why he was probably just in getting the custody to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest.
Like, that's really extreme.
That rarely happens, especially in Europe. Okay. I mean, if you have a penis and you walk into that court,
Women can have penises now, Pa.
you are literally, it's 9-1. You are outnumbered by 9-1.
Yeah, they're worse in the States, aren't they?
I mean, well, they have like a whole crew of people that are getting paid upper middle class wage, and their job is to do nothing but commit gay sex with a witness on your bunghole when you walk in there. I mean, my buddy Sport in New York, he was fighting for his boy, and then they would always bring this guardian, ad litem bullshit, and then he'd have to pay the lawyer bill because his ex-wife was on benefits. She was, I mean, a walking, talking ashtray, womalo bitch.
Oh, we don't know anybody like that.
She was horrible.
Yeah, we don't know anybody like that.
And she was doing welfare fraud. And literally they looked the other way. I mean, I wrote the letters myself, and I reported her to like three echelons in the state government of New York, and they did fuck all.
But of course,
so.
Well, New York isn't going to do anything about a crazy bitch.
In fact,
I'm shocked.
That was one of the motivations for the one I did about the welfare queens. Was the name of that
System
one?
Surfers?
System Surfers.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked, though.
I'm literally like,
oh, shit, shocked.
Everything that comes out of there is completely constitutionally sound.
Oh,
Correct.
absolutely. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. The family court has never once shat all over fathers because it's the best interest of the child.
And it's set up accordingly as well.
Yeah.
well, and when you look at the numbers, they don't know what they're talking about, because if they really cared about the best interest of the child, they would give the child to the person who can pay the bills, which is usually the father.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I would like to see an automatic 50-50 custody, and primary custody going to the breadwinner.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's 50-50. It should be the default setting, and then you go from there. It shouldn't be, okay, there's a father coming in, get the barbed wire dildo, don't put any lube on it. We're ramming it home until it comes out of his mouth. We're getting paid.
What about just no child support, and then that time that you're with, like, that you have with your child, that's your responsibility.
Yes.
Because I child support, because that I would feel bad if I could get. I don't know. That just.
Well, here's a weird thing I've noticed, and they actually need to do a study on this. But on the states that don't actually give large alimony awards, have 15 to 20% bigger child support awards.
Okay.
Oh, gee, I wonder if it's really for the moms.
And if you are wealthy or well off, and she doesn't, maybe she was one of those wife-stitutes. She divorced you at 7 years, so she's only going to get 2 or 3 years of Alice isn't horny anymore money. She'll get you for $50,000 a month in child support. I mean, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, he is
getting snowplowed in the booty.
Well, she's getting snowplowed in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Isn't
she's
that
walking
most of
around on
these chicks?
vacation with like his neighbor who was his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so like.
Yeah, but
And,
I'm
that's
hearing,
fucked up with the guy.
yeah.
That because it's
It
one
is.
thing. It's if you know you're a shitbag, but then again, like it's your friend too.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do a video gun bro code.
bro code.
Fucking
Yeah, we need to expand on that.
No, here in Michigan, it's like after 10 years you start getting hit with things. So my ex and I, we were under the 9-year. We were at 9, so I got fortunate in some of those areas. I didn't get hit with that.
Now check this out. This is where it gets really interesting with this this story here. So the lady was 54, took to Facebook in May of last year to pen a note where she announced she would be self-deleting. She'd worked as a litigator and claimed her husband, Alan, had been abusing her and by the children for years, and it led to her taking her own life amid their custody battle. There would have been no reason to do that if you hadn't,
Well, number
if
one,
he had been abusive.
she's 54.
There's more even.
Okay. Well, I'll keep the comments to the end.
Yeah.
Woman sad, man bad.
Unfortunate. Alan was given sole custody of the 3 daughters, with his wife opting to self-delete after she lost visitation rights. Might have something to do with allegations, who knows? And she was then diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Okay.
New details have emerged about her self-deletion, as well as claims from former nannies that Catherine had punished her own adopted daughter by dripping water on her all day so she couldn't sleep. She's also accused of treating her other daughters, who were later born via IVF, in a much kinder way. Yeah, you'll notice that she's 54 here, and these kids look like they're all pretty much under 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the boss babe syndrome going on.
And she waited too long. They probably
Yeah.
spent a lot of money for IVF.
Oh, with 3?
Yeah.
Well, one of them was adopted, so the oldest would be adopted, and then these 2 would be
35
IVF.
grand a piece.
Yeah.
At least here in the States. Oh, my God. Go back.
Ah!
Oh, Lord.
She's big.
That's a walking vampire queen right there. I'm sorry. I know I'm
And the
speaking
husband's here
ill of the
familiar.
dead.
Karma, bro.
Yep.
I ain't saying no. I can't say nothing. I want
I mean,
to.
I'm sorry she had terminal cancer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but
listen.
if you're torturing an adopted kid, though,
That's fucked up.
there might have been some karma coming in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like Chinese water torture, waterboarding?
I put that down
Yeah.
to Chinese water torture right there. But she
Pretty
had
much.
what type of cancer?
I just said terminal. It didn't say specifically what. There's probably more detail.
Well, it's probably from her rot slot.
As part of her Facebook post, she also released thousands of court documents alongside videos of her husband in a now defunct Dropbox link. That might be because you're not allowed to share court documents in an open court case, which any quote-unquote successful litigator would know. Am I wrong on this?
Well, typically you're not allowed to discuss the case while it's still in progress.
It may be different when you're a barrister and you're living in a shithole country like the UK, but who knows?
Well, yeah, the UK is weird.
It's essentially a new caliphate at this point. Am I wrong about that too?
No.
That's another show. That's a whole
Any
other
city
a
that's got where
whole-
police have no-go zones is no place you want to live.
That's right.
Just saying. Oh. Brewer had written, what is this here? One of the reports seen by the outlet was released by UK-based former psychiatrist Colin Brewer, which is totally a real science. Brewer had written in his report for the Pegasus Swiss Association that Catherine was of sound enough mind to end her life. Sure. Like the better-known Dignitas self-deletion clinic, which is for chronically or terminally ill people, Pegasus will help people who are not on the verge of dying to end their lives. Best we can do is kill you.
Well, I mean, we need to know what kind of cancer it was and
don't
what
know.
the diagnosis.
Apparently, she tried to self-delete twice before, or intended to. Women attempt it more, but men succeed at it more because men are better at it.
Women they dick tease suicide quite a lot more than dudes. Dudes are like, I'm done, and that's it.
It's just like whacking death's cock back and forth. Are you going to tug on it? No.
I'm serious.
This'll have to do.
Like they call their buddies, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to do it.
Here we go. Yeah. It's going down. Help me. Ah!
Jesus.
Satan's splooge. Oh.
Wow.
We're some savage bastards.
Wow.
I mean, it could be a lot worse.
What have we become?
I don't know. This?
Role models.
Oh my God. I'm so gay in this. I can't believe you fucking slammed me on that one, man.
Things are the way they are.
It is what it is.
It is. I just don't get this.
Well,
How is this going to punish the guy who's already won custody of the kids after you levied accusations of Abby user at him?
well, hang on.
Well,
hang on.
probably fuck up the kids though.
Let's
Oh
be
yeah,
honest.
big time.
Whenever somebody self-deletes, there's always residuals that go on for years.
Yeah.
And it could affect him as well. Because, listen, I'm 55 now. I have a totally different mindset on the universe, life, death, and karma now than I did when I was in my 20s.
Of course.
Because I was a fucking savage from like 17 to like 28, 29. Holy shit. I was a fucking savage.
Yeah.
And now, you see a couple wars, you see some real shit, and you start, once you turn 50, when you're driving, you look over and go, oh, the cemetery. I'll be there soon. And you're like I already joke about it. I am going to get one hell of a talking to.
Ugh.
And I just might get a walkthrough, too. Hope not.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to karma, I think this woman's definitely got a lock on it. Because
But, yeah.
I'm looking through here. There are tons of little anecdotes here that have backed up, witnesses. So her adopted daughter, Allie, told the outlet that she found out about her mom's impending self-deletion from her Facebook post. Kassenoffs had adopted Allie from a woman in Florida who was pregnant but unable to look after her in July of 2009. They did so after struggling to conceive but were later able to have 2 more girls through IVF. It is claimed Catherine treated these children much more favorably. Nannies employed by the family have claimed that Catherine had actively set out to abuse Allie just because she was adopted and not her biological daughter.
That's bullshit.
Kim Hull worked for the family in 2009 when Allie was a baby and claims she once instructed to keep the baby awake all day by dripping water on her head. Hull said Catherine told her to do this so she would sleep through the night. Hull, however, refused to, saying it was abuse.
You know what?
Abby Yusuf.
Listen, I used the water gun torment on one of my children.
You're an asshole, that's why.
Well, I mean, come on. She was like not sleep through the night. She was like over a year old. It was getting crazy.
My kid did not sleep through the night regularly until he was 4.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I've only been back to sleeping through the night for 6 years, and it's permanently changed how I sleep.
Yeah.
When you have a kid, it permanently changes how you sleep. But when I was a teenager, I could sleep for 12 hours in a stretch. Fuck the world, don't care.
Yeah.
Now, a mouse farts across the street, and I'm like,
That's right. When you're young, you wake up and those sleeps are so deep you can't even use your hands for like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Now at my age, a cricket.
yeah. I once woke up from a sleep.
What's going on?
I missed the award presentation at my high school because I slept in.
Uh-huh.
And then I got a phone call from one of my best friends in the world at the time. And I had been sleeping so deep, I didn't know who it was when I answered the phone. I literally had to say, like, I'm sure I know exactly who this is, but I just got, awakened out of a very deep sleep. So can I call you back when I remember who you are? And I hung up the phone. Not exaggerating.
No.
It was pretty.
I miss those days.
That was a good sleep.
I would love to be able to sleep like that again.
I can't do it anymore.
Nope.
Another au pair, I'm guessing that's another live-in nanny, joined the family in 2016 who claims that Catherine once locked Allie, who was 7 at the time, in the basement for 2 hours in the dark as a punishment. De Blanchet claimed that on another occasion, Catherine made Allie go outside alone after dark to clean the garden in the middle of the winter. She also said that Allie slept on a mattress on the floor in her room while her 2 sisters slept in beside their mom in her bed every night, which Allie then had to make every morning.
That's some Cinderella shit right
Nothing like playing favorites. There's the whole Facebook post. Oh, it's all my husband's fault.
You're not going to raise your children perfectly.
Ugh.
It's my theory, my humble opinion, that if your children reach the age of 18 and they don't have some kind of complex, you didn't do your job. Mm-hmm. All right? I'm sorry.
We all get fucked up to a degree.
Yeah, listen, there's no perfect. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And even if it did happen, it was absolutely perfect. You're going to become an adult, and you're going to have a feather-ass pussy going on. I mean,
Well, the ones that get through childhood without any scratches and scathes, they don't do too well in their 30s.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
They struggle. I'm not even trying to be funny. They do though.
Have you seen these soy boys with like spaghetti arms, like worse than mine? I've just got naturally skinny forearms. I always have, and I can't. No matter what I do, I can't seem to build them up. But there are these dudes. They got like spaghetti arms, and they're trying to go on TikTok and threaten people with the violence. Yeah, you don't want to be an ally? Don't make me take a swing at you, bruh. Oh, my vagina.
Even just the mental fortitude, though, too.
yeah. Listen, if you go through some shit and you come out okay on the backside, you are going to be toughened up in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
That's just the way it is.
That's the goal, anyway.
I mean, why do you think it is those people who are filthy rich and then they have those trust fund kids after the second, third generation? They're worthless walking bags of snot.
You mean Antifa?
Yeah.
There you go.
But they're absolutely worthless.
Well, these are, gated community, trust fund, white liberal retards.
Yep.
That's most of Antifa.
Absolutely correct.
They have bought into the white, therefore evil bullshit. And they're out there projecting their own privilege onto everybody else who actually has to work for a living.
Correct. Yep.
Like, no, just because you grew up behind, the picket fence or the gated community, the electric fence, whatever, with a house with all the security cameras does not mean that's how everybody grew up.
It's like 10% of the world's population. It's only about 10% of the world lives like this.
Yeah.
They think they have the answer to everything, and it's like the minute they're removed from that environment, it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Well, they could go take a little break in Palestine with their little Queers for Palestine flag and see how well received that is over there.
They will test gravity there. You'll be a gravity test dummy. I mean, it's just
There you go.
If it's gonna interfere with happy hour or the latest DVRing, don't expect the cause to carry.
True story.
All right. On this one here,
Yeah.
I
know.
Yeah,
but
this
what your thoughts on the last one, though? Like, you think that the punishment is not directly to punish the husband, but it's to punish him through the kids?
yeah, well, it's a suicide punishes everyone in the vicinity. It's like a miniature emotional nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
And then you make it worse. You turn it from an atomic bomb to a thermonuclear bomb.
By placing
guilt,
blame.
by putting guilt and blame on people. I mean, come on. Listen, if you're terminally ill and you don't want to do chemo and it's not looking good, just be honest and just say, "Look, I'm done. I can't ride this pony anymore. I'm out."
Yeah.
You leave your keys at the desk. I understand. It is what it
The
is.
medical thing is a lot different than like Dr. Gavorkian.
Yeah.
Like when that's a totally different
I
thing.
almost bought his car.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get to talk to him?
Yeah.
I think you bought his futon.
No, I almost bought his.
How was he? Pretty decent guy?
It was all right. I almost bought his Buick Riviera.
Was that the futon with the chalk outline on it? That would have been funny if you had his car and his futon.
Dude, you cannot.
You're not going to buy that, are you? There's no blood stains on
I
it.
had filmed it because that was a comedy skit that was taking place in real fucking time.
Yeah.
We could totally come up with something, just Jimmy rig it.
Yeah.
No offense intended to the bones,
But his shit though, that's different than just like, oh, I'm sad or things aren't working out for me or
It'll
whatever.
be fun.
But women are more susceptible to emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Eh?
That makes
Emotional damage.
Yeah, that
it makes them neurotic.
Little
Could
bit.
that be because of their hormones and physiology?
Yes.
Wait, are we different?
And we're allowing these women who are ruled by their emotions, most of them, to make serious fucking decisions that affect lots of people.
Yes.
If they become a ball of hormones, they become a whore that moans. I mean,
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not against you making decisions. I'm against you making irrational decisions that tend to affect me negatively.
Yes.
Like the one female leader that I've actually, seen operate during a wartime environment was Margaret Thatcher. and that woman had a titanium bra. She was a fucking bitch. But you needed to have that. If you're going to war, that's it. People gonna die. Sorry.
No. Women were the primary victims of war, don't you remember?
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot.
That was one of Hillary's real big brain moments, wasn't it? But I've actually been hearing feminists now parrot that phrase still. Like, it's 8 years later. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Well, I mean, the woman that committed suicide, she's 54.
Yeah.
So her looks are way gone.
Way gone.
She should be like hiding from the sun and stalking at night.
And beware of Blade.
All right. She lost her kids. There's probably a whole bunch of reasons why that happened.
Yeah. And of course, when you're losing your kids,
waterboarded one of them.
What's up? When you lose your kids in a custody match, and you've got all these people willing to come out and say, "Hey, you were pretty fucked up with your kids," and then you try to flip it out, and be like, "Well, no, he abused us."
I'm actually surprised that she got blowback, because usually a lot of women who go off and say all that stuff, they don't get that type of backlash. They'll usually get support.
Exactly. And most women, even if they know it's evil and reprehensible, will hold ranks because patriarchy and reasons.
Oh, I've seen some really nice, honorable chicks like defend some really craziness. So,
sending the girl to work out in the winter, and that's a little over the top. I used to like drop the hammer on my kids and make them do PT. I make them do push-ups, squats, jumping jacks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Though. That's a good thing.
Well, they got to build
my
that
kid
strength.
Exercises.
Well, they were like 6 and 4.
Okay.
And they've been coming over for quite a few months, and they didn't like my mother's cooking at first. So they would put the food under the couch. So my mom was cleaning up the living room. It's like Sunday morning. She moves the couch, and she's like, "Hey, look at this." I come out, and there's just food. And the first thing my daughter says is like, "You're not going to make me eat that?" And I feel this surge of rage. And then a good pop is like, "Don't touch children when you're angry.
No, don't
touch children when you're angry." And I'm like, "Run in place!" I was so mad.
Well, it's better than some alternatives, obviously, like Chinese water torture, for example.
That's not a big deal.
It's fine. It's all good.
I think that you got to understand when they write stuff up, it's overinflated.
Yeah.
And especially in today's age, with the youth having the victim mindset. I was abused. Oh my God, it's so bad. You're like,
everybody's had a traumatic childhood.
Like, you had 3 fucking meals. You had Wi-Fi, a phone, a computer. You got a new computer like every 3 or 4 years.
Oh shit.
You got piles of toys, piles of clothes. Shut the fuck up! You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
And I love at the exact moment you're going off on that chair, Jeffrey Paul chimes in and says, "You're all gay."
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.